Hey everybody, welcome. And I'm so excited to have Lisa Catto on this call, fellow SaaSpreneur and a speaker at the upcoming live event. Finally, HighLevel is flying across the pond to visit us in good old rainy England. And
Not so rainy today, I have to say, although it be almost June on the horizon, the British spring has let us down big time, but today is not so bad.
That's all right. Well, we're pretty used to 180-degree weather here. It's hot and one day cold the next, rainy the next, but that's the beauty of this lovely little island. So I know that Suspreneur has just been down in Sydney. That I've seen some pictures come out. But we're really excited to welcome the high-level community and the founders here to London. And just thought I'd take this opportunity to do a micro interview, a micro podcast, if you will, with some of the speakers. And I know that Lisa Catto has an amazing service and product, is very influential in the high-level community. So I'm excited to not just share a stage with you, but listen and learn. I know that you've been doing great things. So, you want to kind of just tell people what you're going to be talking about?
What am I going to be talking about? The thing that I'm going to be talking about is one of the things that frustrates me most. Having been in the world of automation systems, funnel building, customer journeys, whatever is the phrase that works for you, because it has many faces,
Hmm.
is that when there's those of us who are building for other people, whether it be agency owners or automation architects, is my secret sauce has been harnessing the growth of my own business whilst I have been focused on the growth of my clients. So it's that I'm all busy getting everyone else to over seven figures, but it's that putting your own oxygen mask on first. So the strategic approach to being able to grow your own agency or SaaS business or whatever it is, because there's so many SaaSpreneurs where the actual software is almost like a secondary piece, right? You're doing traffic, you're doing websites, you're doing marketing, you're doing something else, and delivering of the CRM, the automation, and all the other wonderful tools that we have in HighLevel is almost like a secondary thing. And what we fail to do is that we're so busy, I call it the controller coaster, because we talk about the control points in the customer journey, is that we're so busy like doing marketing and then going, oh, I've got to deliver against that. And I've now got to do my service offering to make sure that those clients are happy. And now those clients are happy and they're either rocking and rolling or you've finished your project with them and now we're back to like nothing in the funnel. I've got to do more marketing activity and we're just on this constant boom and bust cycle. So it's really about being congruent with what it is that we work with our clients on because we don't offer any ancillary services. We design and build automated customer journeys. That's what we do in all of its form. We don't do traffic, we don't do copy, we don't do creative. I'm really clear on what it is that we do and more importantly what we don't do, which brings a very powerful no to the conversation. And when you learn to say no, because there's so much we can do, right? We're really knowledgeable because you can't do what we do without understanding business growth, without understanding marketing. And it's so easy to go, well, I know how to solve that. And before you know it, you're out of your wheelhouse. You're having to go and learn another skill or another something, or learn what's the latest on TikTok, or what's the algorithm that's happening over here, or is WordPress better than a HighLevel, whatever it is. And before you know it, you're not in your area and your zone of genius. So, that, along with other things around the strategic approach to growing your agency, whatever that agency is, automation agency, marketing agency, whatever. But having, if HighLevel is a part of your model, is how to strategically approach making sure that your own oxygen mask is on first and you're not just getting everyone else their revenue and their bottom line, but you're looking after yourself too.
Wow, I'm gonna be an active listener to this because you've definitely mentioned a few things that I've been through. am going through, and I'm sure a lot of people go through every day, especially when they're starting out, finding their feet. But even when they're, many years later, when it gets too hard, and stressful and complicated, right? It can be really useful or imperative, really, to actually take a step back and focus on, like, what do you want? What do you love? What are you good at? Right? And build around that. But
Yeah.
it's so in tempt it's so
Yeah.
easy to get pulled in so many different directions.
You're so right. And we lose ourselves as business owners, entrepreneurs, and visionaries of our own business. We lose ourselves in that and we lose our identity. And I can't tell you how hard I've worked at detaching my personal worth from my productivity. And I've been, this year especially, we've been bringing, because my business partner supports me greatly in this, been bringing focus to balance of not getting to the point of burnout and then having to collapse on a long weekend or a 2 week holiday to recover. But putting your own oxygen mask on first as a business owner, looking after yourself, whether it's your mental health, physical health, hydration, diet, all of these things. And we spend, especially since COVID, so much time in a remote environment and seeing people like you, I think we did meet in Dallas, but we spend so much time building relationships with people on the other side of a screen. So making sure that we are going out and connecting with people, which is why the SaaSpreneur events are so important. It's not just the quality coming from the stage, and I'm going to be really looking forward to some of those sessions too. But is being around like-minded people, people that understand what a lonely journey this can be, and therefore we can make it less lonely. People who understand the trials and tribulations of having to pivot our business. The world has changed. When I started doing, I've been in technology since like the mid 90s. I used to make computer games, and that has evolved over time. And in the last 2 or 3 years, pivoting my business from where I was as a pure automation architect doing consultancy. Automation was in a different place. It wasn't as native in so many software. There weren't so many users who were adopting it to do it themselves, and we didn't have AI. So, the landscape's constantly changing, and being able to know yourself and your business and your skills and what you want enough to be able to pivot into something that is going to serve you, not just on a financial level, but on a human level. And
Mhm.
we often don't put ourselves first. And I think I've realized that that's a mistake because if I put myself first and I'm happy, everything else goes into flow a lot more easily.
Absolutely. That the humanity, at least for me, is a really important part of business. And I think more so now with the disruption of AI, I actually find myself questioning a lot more, like, what does the future of work entail? How long do we have before our expertise is going to potentially be replaced or disrupted further? And then at the end of the day, when you eliminate all of the tech, what do you have left? It's really just the humanity and human relationships that we can always fall back on. Community, open spaces, the stuff that makes us, like, cognitive biological organisms at the end of the day, because we don't know how long we've got until our expertise and what the businesses that we run will be 100% replaced. And if you take it too seriously, if you're not focused on your own unique human strong point or zone of genius, I would say that actually, what is it all worth at the end of the day?
You're preaching to the converted, quite frankly, and understanding who you are and what you want, and that your business is a vehicle to get you there, not the other way around, because otherwise
Mhm.
you just own a job. And I'm a great believer in automation, and I group AI into that because AI is just another strand of automation.
Mhm.
It clears the way for human relationships. And that for me is the big thing is it's not here to take over, it's here to create the space. Our world has got so busy with all the different channels and noise of in every direction and the disconnection that we have of sitting on our phones. I've been doing a lot of phone fasting lately. I read a fantastic book called The Dose Effect, which is all about our brain chemicals and how we're naturally more diminished in those now and how we can replenish them as how we're meant to be designed as a species. And texting someone on Facebook or whatever is not a form of connection. And understanding what we need as humans and focusing on that and allowing automation and AI to clear the space for that. But I can have AI doing that so I can go off and have go to live events or something else that's an in-person or more dog walks or more time in the gym or more time with my family and my children, then you know that's what I'm doing it for.
Hmm.
Create that space.
That's awesome. Well, I'm excited to hear what you have to say in a couple of weeks, and I'm excited to meet again face to face. I'm excited to meet everyone who's there, and there's a such great connection that goes on at a live event, and it's a real opportunity. This is the first time that officially the GHL team has, been to
Been to the
London,
UK.
into the UK. So here
Yeah,
we are, and it's a real privilege to have been selected. There's a lot of people that might be speaking and contributing, and I'm certainly humbled that I've been chosen, and it's going to be great to be alongside you and some greats. Or Ryan Dice is going to be speaking, who's got decades of marketing experience on his back and really accomplished big things in the world as well.
100%.
So that'll be fun. So I guess I would say if you haven't got a ticket, get yourself a ticket. I don't get commission or money, or I don't have an affiliate for this event at all. I'm just saying that if you're using HighLevel and you want to grow your business with HighLevel, there's going to be people there that are going to show you how and what they're doing, and you'll get inspiration and ideas and kind of walk away with some real um, tactics and strategies to grow your business. I went to a mastermind like this in Dallas from the HighLevel, got a lot out of it, put some things in place. Fast forward a couple of years, I'm speaking about it on stage. So I can tell you like this is an investment in your business to be in the room with other pretty cool people doing pretty cool things like Lisa.
100%. Look, it's an opportunity to network, be around people, and if you don't get one aha moments, then I'll arrange for you to get your money back.
That's a promise. A disclaimer.
Cut that bit out.
Right. Okay, thanks a lot. And thanks, Lisa. I'll see you later. I'll see all of you in London at SaaSpreneur Live. Have a great, amazing day.
See you there.